out across the wide-open fields of the English countryside on a journey 100 miles north of London and centuries back in time. Today, Norwich is the best-preserved medieval city in the UK. But long before that, it was Boudicca's stomping ground. To learn more, I head to the local pub, where I meet historian Vanessa Collingridge. Vanessa.
Hi.
Great to meet you. Who's waiting for me by a crackling fire. Now, first of all, are you sure you're not related to Boudicca?
No, I could be, couldn't I, with this hair? And in fact, that was my entree into Boudicca, because growing up, there weren't many female role models for a kid who loved history. A kick-ass warrior queen, what more could you want?
Absolutely. And yet, I think a lot of people sadly don't know her story.
The only things we do know come from the Roman histories. The ancient Britons didn't have a written language. They didn't have a culture of writing things down.
Are the Romans impressed by her, do you think?
I think they're terrified by her. They really hated women in power.
Let's talk about the king. She's married to a guy named Prasutagus.
He is ruler of the Iceni tribe. They have together 2 daughters, and everything seems to be going along quite well.
And when Rome arrives in Britain, he's allowed to stay in power.
What they would do is make individual treaties with individual kings or rulers.
We're talking about hoards. There is one that really does stand head and shoulders above all of the others. It is called the Snettisham treasure. It is the largest collection of Iron Age gold and jewellery in the whole of Western Europe.
And you have a piece of it here?
Yes.
Wow. In 1948, a farmer plowing his field in the town of Snettisham accidentally uncovered an astounding find. Soon, archaeologists revealed even more, a royal Iceni treasure trove worth hundreds of millions today.
Here we have one of the most important pieces from the Snettisham treasure. This is solid gold.
Get out of here. I'm in the UK on a quest to understand the Celtic warrior queen known as Boudicca. To the Romans, she was a barbarian. To the British, a heroine. Her people, the Iceni, buried treasure hoards, exquisite artifacts offered to their gods. Now, curator John Davies is showing me the Norwich Museum's pride and glory, the Snettisham hoard. First discovered by an unsuspecting farmer in his field and predating Boudicca's reign by almost a century, it's the biggest treasure trove ever uncovered in the UK.
And here we have solid gold.
Get out of here.
It is known as a torque, which is the type of jewellery, and a torque was something which was worn around the neck.
I know that you're talking, but I'm not hearing any of it because my brain is melting.
But you can see that is very, very delicate.
Oh my word. It's really just beyond anything I have ever seen before.
Not only is it beautiful, but it would have been held and worn by a chieftain of the Iceni tribe. And Boudicca herself would have worn something like this.
The idea of Boudicca on a chariot wearing something like this around her neck, it must have been awe-inspiring. This is beyond jewelry, really.
It is.
You know, this is a statement. It's likely that this priceless bit of bling was worn by one of Boudicca's forebears. But the lost ceremonial offering of the last Iceni queen may be even bigger. In what circumstances would you make an offering like this?
There was so much value that went into something like this. It had to be once in a generation, really, but certainly before battles.
It's hard to get more once in a generation than trying to take down the Roman Empire. And the staggering haul from Snettisham, tens of millions in gold and silver buried in dozens of locations in the area, suggests that it was the Iceni tribe's most sacred site. The idea that objects like this, at this very moment, could still be sitting in the ground waiting to be found is amazing.
It certainly is, and they certainly are out there. And there are some excavations and teams who are very active at the moment.
Wow. And it turns out, I know them. I joined Clive Bond and Kevin Elfleet a few years ago on the hunt for King John's treasure. Now they've been granted exclusive access to survey the farmland where the Snettisham hoard was found. To meet them, I quickly hop a train, which takes me from Norwich 40 miles northwest to the town of Snettisham. And as is our custom, I find Clive and Kevin in the middle of an open field.
Great to see you, man. How you
Nice
doing?
to see you guys. So, where exactly, Kevin, was this Snettisham hoard found?
You would not believe this. Right down where your feet is.
Under our feet.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is literally the spot.
Yep. It must have been a really significant ritual site. It's just amazing, you know. Over 200 gold torques have been found in the whole of Europe. 160 of them have come from this site alone.
And considering how important this place must have been to the Iceni, does it stand to reason that Boudicca herself could have been here?
I don't think it's whether she could have been here. I think she most definitely was here. And I think because of her status, she would have had to have been involved in these rituals of burying torques, creating hoards, and doing other observances to the gods.
Now, the first hoard was found here 70 some odd years ago. What's going on here today? Why are you two here?
There's still discoveries to be found in this area, and we have one just over here, if you'd like to follow me.
In the woods?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
Kevin and Clive lead me into the woods, where an archaeological team is carefully surveying an ancient structure.
What am I looking at? Looks like a wall.
Absolutely. This is the foundation of a Roman temple.
This was a Roman temple.
Absolutely, yes.
Wow. And does this date from the time of Boudicca?
Yes, we believe so. After the uprisings, the Romans come along and they put their stamp on it.
The Romans would often erect temples atop other people's sacred sites, a way to co-opt cultural heritage and ensure that a rebellion like Boudicca's would never happen again.
So no question we have this place that is really ritually significant, which means there must be more here to find.
This is just the tip of the iceberg.
We've got a lot of ground to cover, so we employ another famous Roman strategy: divide and conquer. While Clive and his team search near the temple, Kevin and I use metal detectors to scan the edge of the woods.
Kevin, you got anything?
No, we've got nothing as yet. Still looking.
Guys, I got a hit. Good hit. Hey, guys? Guys? Hello? Okay. I'm alone in the woods, talking to myself.
You got a hit there, have you?
Yeah, where'd you go?
I was out there. Where was you?
I was here! Ooh, what is that? What is that?
It's a piece of iron slag for making weapons, for tools for they use.
Slag is the byproduct that remains after a metal has been separated from raw ore and is often found near furnaces.
So now, does that mean that they were smelting metal right here?
Yeah, somewhere very close to this location, yeah.
Little remnant of the past right there. Wow.
To figure out if the Iceni were just making metal here or burying it, Kevin brings out the big guns.
Hi,
Hi.
you're upping the ante here.
Yep, well, this is plan B.
In order to survey the site, Kevin needs to clear a thin layer of plant growth from the surface of the soil.
Would you like to have a go?
Yes, I would love a go. Let's do it. Okay, jump in here. Yes. So I turn this to start?
One word of advice.
Yeah.
If you're not quite sure what you're doing, and
Never
you're
am.
starting to make a mistake or something,
Always
take
am.
your hands off the controls, let it
Won't-
go,
won't
and
do
everything
that.
will stop where it is.
I'm gonna keep going.
Go for it.
Perfect, okay.
With instructions to give this ground a close shave, I'm quickly reminded of why I never became a barber. All right, it's a little touch and go at first, but soon I get the hang of it.
Oh, yeah!
That's it. You did a good job there.
Like a surgeon, Kevin.
Very good. That's good. That's good. Very good.
With the sun setting, I climb down from the rig and we get to work searching the area. Which doesn't take long.
Got some hits in here, for sure. Something here and something here. Something here for sure.
Oh, there it is. Well, that's something.
It's metal. What is that? Ah!
I'm in Snettisham, England, searching for evidence of a treasure hoard buried on the eve of battle by Iceni Queen Boudicca. And we've just discovered an incredible clue.
Well, that's something.
Metal? What is that?
Looks like a horse. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes, there's a horse.
Yeah, it's an Iceni coin.
Yeah.
That's an Iceni coin.
Yeah.
It's a silver one.
Oh my word. On the other side. Is it a face?
Has it got a nose? Large nose?
Yes, it does. Who am I looking at?
That face is Presentagus, the king of the Iceni.
This is the face of Boudicca's husband.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
Nearly 2,000 years old, this Celtic coin depicting Boudicca's husband was one of the first to be minted by ancient Britons. It was also one of the last. After Roman conquest, the practice was suppressed, making this an extremely rare find. We continue searching, hoping this coin is part of a much bigger hoard, but it appears this section of the site was for smelting metal, not making ritual offerings.
So it's not a hoard, but I would call this a little piece of treasure. This is astounding.
Kevin and Clive are going to continue investigating this sacred site for traces of Boudicca's hoard, and they'll keep me posted. But Snettisham is not the only place it could be.